Hello, my name's Tim Herron, and today I want to talk to you guys about just overall basic health. It has nothing to do with any particular product or anything like that, but this has really been a thought of mine as I continue to see all these things with the concussion syndromes and the head injuries, especially these guys in the NFL that are having all these different health concerns, their knees, their joints, their backs, they can't walk right, they're losing their memory, they're just health is just in such disarray. And I want to talk to you about mine a little bit. My story is on there, but I wanted to even speak on it some more because I thought it just needed much more attention. 2011, I finally started going to some physicians about my uh, health issues. And as you know from my story before, but I'll just touch on it a little bit. In '93, I started getting my first headache, and it was like a shooting pain in my head that lasted about 30 minutes. And from '93 to 2013, they progressively got worse. Until 2013, it lasted about 6 months, and I couldn't go out in any sunlight, no fluorescent lights. Even the slightest whispering of noises would bring intense pain to my brain, and it was a disaster. I'd have to sit literally with covering over my eyes, something over my ears, and just sit in the dark for months at a time. And that's how I was living my life. And so in 2011, when I went to go see a neurologist, I had the CAT scan and the MRI and all that done, and it showed a complete dark covering over the left side of my brain. He diagnosed it as, well, it's probably a migraine. I mean, I said, hey, doc, while I respect your opinion, are you looking at the same thing that I am? Because that's not a migraine, you know. They didn't want to tell me. They didn't want to. They didn't know. They don't know much about it. Like the majority of our regular physicians, they don't know what they know, and you know, that's about where it's at with them. So I continued to go to more physicians till I went to one of the top neurologists in the field in New York City, and same tests and everything, and he actually was a lot more frank with me than any other physician had been. And he said, Tim, um, the only way you're going to get relief is when you're dead. I would rather hear that, right, than tell me, oh, it could be this and it could be this. Hey, take this and do that when nothing's going to help. He just basically said, hey, Tim, there's nothing that we can do for you. Here it is. So I kind of left it like that, from 2013 on when I finally got that diagnosis. I figured there's nothing I can do. I'm just going to have to play the cards that I was dealt. And so a steady 20 years of that getting worse from 30 minutes to 6 solid months of intense pain. And, I see where all these other guys in the NFL had their concussions and all these different things that they went through. And each person's different how they um, go through things, especially with their pains. I didn't have the depression. Otherwise, maybe I'd be in that same boat. Now, I never played NFL. I played in college. I played 4 years in college. I was a world class power lifter, bodybuilder for a number of years, and I fought for about 10 years. And all that in there with the different injuries to my brain, that's kind of where a lot of those injuries were coming from. I had my knee injuries, my back. I had 3 crushed vertebrae, lower part of my spine. My shoulders dislocated, separated multiple times. My left one about 50 times. One of my last fights, I had that one come out twice in the same fight. And so as I was going on, I was just one thing after another after another. And as I found from longevity, I just started educating myself. Once I found this, when I had ended up tearing both of my tricep tendons almost off the bone, and I was just left with no alternative, I took this, right, and inherently it ended up helping my head. I have never had a pain related issue with my head since taking my nutrition. And this is the only thing that I've taken differently, was this 90 essential nutrients right here. I've added on all different other stuff, the glucogel for all these other things, but this, just this alone, is what's helped me, improve my health to the 10th degree, right? Um, and so I just wanted to really speak on this, because I heard on Sports Center and all these different other sports things about every single day I hear about these injuries and these health related things and these issues that these professional athletes are having after they leave the sport. I was in the same boat. I was never a professional athlete, but I was in the same boat. I had all those different things and I didn't know what to do until I stumbled upon this, right? And that's usually how a lot of things happen, just kind of fall onto something. So the more I put things out there, I just hoping to reach as many people as I can, especially former athletes or people who have these other injuries or ailments or diseases and all these different things. We know that this works. We know it. Especially those of us in longevity, we certainly know it, how it's improved the quality of our life. And it's so simple. I would have paid anything to get my nutrition, anything, especially if it could help me. I mean, I traveled all over trying to find some way of getting relief, until that final doctor told me, there's nothing we can do. And that's just it with physicians. There's nothing that they can do because they're limited in their knowledge. They're limited on what they can do, And Dr. Wallach in longevity came out with this. When Doc created this, it's like, man, everybody needs this. There is no question about it. Everybody needs 90 essential nutrients every single day, and you'll be amazed at what it'll do for you, for your health, and just your overall productivity in life, prolonging your life, especially for athletes. Especially for athletes. This, you should never go a day without your 90 essential nutrients, anybody, but especially for athletes. Because as Doc Wallach has told us, and we know for fact, it's proven fact, there's not one professional athlete that's ever lived over the age of 100. It's because they're sweating out, as Doc calls it, the soup. We're sweating out all those nutrients more at an aggressive rate through the perspiration. And if we're not putting them back through the supplementation, because there is no other supplementation combined that does that. You'd have to piece it together, and that is so expensive. Longevity puts this together for us in such a cost-effective way. And then, oh, by the way, within my first month, all I did was I helped my mother, my father, helped everybody else, and I have never paid physically out of my pocket for anything. I leverage the efforts of others, helping them with their health, their financial needs, whatever the case may be, whatever their need is, and I get mine for free. So what I would have paid millions for, before, because I literally wanted to cut my own head off from the pain, I get for free. So when people say that, oh, this is expensive and this, well, it's not expensive. If you went to GNC and tried to piece this together, it would probably cost you around $700. If you tried to get all the 90 essential nutrients from all these different other places, it's not going to work. This is plant-based in nature. It is the most purest form of nutrients and minerals out there. There is no other way to get it, and it's such an inexpensive way. And then, oh, by the way, when you help more people and your product is free, what's better than free? There is no other better way than free, right? You're getting what you need. There is no question. You can't get around this. I talk to so many people, oh, I'm sick. Well, I have this, I have that. And, well, I haven't been sick. I haven't had a head pain since I started taking my stuff. I healed the majority of my tricep tendons from my physician. He says, when I came out of anesthesia, well, Doc, what happened? I thought we were going to do a whole replacement surgery. Well, I don't know. And he's been doing this for 20-something years. One of the top orthopedic surgeons here in Las Vegas. And so he didn't know what happened. All he knew is that he didn't have to do the extensive surgery. I couldn't physically reattach them, but I could repair the tissue and the tendon. If you leave a little bit in there, the product can heal you. I know, I can speak personally. It's healed my brain, it's healed my arms, I don't get sick, all these different things, and I don't come out of pocket for it. There is no other way. So on the heels of, just another full day of, I just hear of every show that I turn on the television, my favorite show, Mike and Mike in the morning, and I hear that they're talking about all these different concussion things. And, this latest football player that came out and said, well, I would never have played. I never would have done this. Well, you know, repair yourself. Take care of your body that's been taking care of you. Your body took care of you for all those years. Now you need to take care of it, right? And Dr. Wallach and longevity has created such an easy way to do that, right? Such an easy way to do that. It's so inexpensive and it's so easy to do. The average cost of supplementing is $2 to $5 a day. That's all it costs. $2 to $5 a day. And like I said, if you went out and helped people, now that cost comes down to free, to putting money in your pocket, to creating residual income that lasts you into your retirement. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I just wanted to briefly just talk about those kinds of injuries and different things and how we can heal the body, we can repair the body, but you have to start doing it. There is no question about it, especially for us former athletes. There is no way around it. This is it. You need it for sure. My blog is wallachsword.com, WALACH word.com. You can go onto my site there. You can ask me to report on something, speak on something, an issue that's near and dear to you, maybe an illness or an ailment. I'm not a physician. I'm not a doctor, but what I do is I go and investigate things for people's health because it was important to me and I was investigating what could help me. So let me help you. And let's go create a business for yourself. I'm interested in doing that, building a business with you. So let's partner up together and let's get healthy. Thank you.